So the prime card was cool, but there's still one matchup we all want to see. Today, I'm going to be pretending as if I am responsible for creating the Jake Paul versus KSI event. Before we get into the prelim fights, I first got to choose my commentators. Firstly, we're going to go with the Wade concept. Nobody has more love for the YouTube boxing scene than this man. Next, I need someone who can break down the sport of boxing, someone who really understands the game. So I'm going to go Vidal Riley. I'm aware that he is KSI's former coach, and I don't give a fuck. It's my event. And lastly, I got to go with the man who was there since the beginning of YouTube boxing, True Jordy. So the amount of fights will be the same as the prime card. We got 4 prelim fights, 5 main card fights, 1 co-main, and 1 main event. And with the first fight of the night, we're kicking things off with Pineda.
Wait, hold on, guys. They're telling me this. Who the fuck is Pinata? They're asking me to ask you, who's a Pinata? Who's that? Who's Pinata? Do you guys know who that is?
Pineda.
Pineda. Who's that? Who's?
There's 2 reasons why I'm going with Pineda. Number 1, he's become a meme in the world of YouTube boxing. Secondly, he could actually hold his own in the ring. He had 9 amateur fights before his fight with KSI. He can actually do his thing, believe it or not. His opponent will be Adam Saleh. My fellow freak shows will recognize this man as one of KSI's potential opponents early on in his career. And how good is Adam Saleh? Well, that's a bit of a mystery. His first fight was fucking staged.
Oh my god. I thought it looked weird. This whole fight looks so weird. Man. Bro, look at it. He's not even trying to knock him out. Look. Oh my god, look at those punches.
So now you're thinking to yourself, he's probably ass. But then in his next fight, he gets a draw with Waleed Sharks. So in conclusion, who wins this fight? I don't know. The second prelim, we got King Kenny versus Le'Veon Bell. You might be thinking to yourself, why is King Kenny not in the main card? It's because this card is too stacked. He doesn't fit in the main event. Also, as an NFL fan, Le'Veon Bell is my guy, and he's easily one of the best boxers in the scene. With the third prelim fight, we have the return of the man who started YouTube boxing, Joe Weller. Say what you will about Joe Weller as a boxer, but he quite literally started YouTube boxing. His opponent will be Taylor Holder. They're 0-1. and 1-1 respectively. Joe's loss coming to KSI, Taylor Holder's loss coming to Gib. And with the last prelim, we have Jarvis versus FaZe Temper. There's absolutely no telling who would win this fight. Jarvis is 2-1 with his only loss coming against Gib. FaZe Temper 3-2 with his only losses coming against KSI and Slim. We're now moving into the main card. And with the first fight on the main card, we have Whindersson Nunes versus Blueface. This matchup will draw a shit ton of eyes. And Blueface is definitely not to be slept on in this matchup. He's 2-0, he's not to be played with. Next up, we will have the return of Tyron Woodley. His opponent will be Mike Perry, who is currently 3-0 in the bare knuckle leagues. Tyron Woodley had a better UFC career than Mike Perry, but Mike Perry has had more recent victories, and he definitely has momentum on his side. And next up, we got the return of Salt Poppy. Just because this man is on a 2-fight losing streak doesn't mean I'm gonna hand him an easy bounce back fight. His opponent will be none other than FaZe Sensei. FaZe Sensei is easily one of the most skilled fighters in the scene. The one thing holding him back is that he hasn't fought in a long time. He's still only 2-0. No matter who wins this fight, I'll be happy because I'm a fan of both of these guys. Great fight. Just like all the fights on this card. Obviously, because I'm the one making it. And I'm fucking amazing and shit. With the second to last fight on the main card, we have an absolutely wild matchup. This is a tag team match. We have Deji and Austin McBroom versus Alex Wasabi and Bryce Hall. This is an intriguing matchup because Alex beat Deji and Austin McBroom beat Bryce Hall. But all these fighters have improved a lot since then, and there's no telling how this matchup will play out. For the last fight of the main card, we have Logan Paul. So you're probably thinking to yourself, why is Logan not part of the co-main event? Well, once you see the co-main event, you'll understand why. Secondly, I couldn't think of another YouTuber who's a particularly intriguing matchup for Logan Paul. But the man I did choose as his opponent will bring far more eyeballs than any YouTuber could, and that is Tristan Tate. Tristan Tate is a 2-time European kickboxing champion, but he's been retired for a fat minute. Meanwhile, Logan Paul is young and in his prime. I 100% think that Logan has a chance in this fight. Another thing you might be thinking to yourself is, why not Andrew Tate? The primary reason is because Andrew Tate would maul Logan inside 2 rounds. But secondly, Andrew would never accept a fight if he's not the main event. And now it is time for the co-main event. We have Slim versus Gib. Both of these guys are looking to become the kings of YouTube boxing. Slim is 7-0 with his most recent victory coming against Salt Poppy. And Gib had a loss early on in his career against Jake Paul, but has since gone on a fat winning streak. The reason this fight is the co-main event and not the Logan Paul fight is because it's between 2 influencer boxers, which is what this event is supposed to be about. I wouldn't consider Tristan Tate to be an influencer boxer because he had his kickboxing career first and then became an influencer. And as for the main event, you all already know what it is. There's nothing to say about this fight that hasn't already been said. This is the Super Bowl of YouTube boxing, ladies and gentlemen.